Hey there. So we're going to break down a really powerful technique that can take your English speaking from just okay to actually fluent. It's called shadowing. And you know what? If you feel like you've hit a wall, this might be the exact thing you've been missing.
Does this sound like you? You've spent hours on grammar, you know a ton of vocabulary, but when you actually go to speak, it's like the words get stuck. They just don't come out smoothly. It's an incredibly common frustration, but the good news is there's a real practical fix that gets right to the heart of that problem.
And that solution is English shadowing. Now, this isn't about learning more rules or memorizing flashcards, nope. This technique kind of skips all that and goes straight to the physical act of speaking. It's about training your mouth and your brain to finally work together in perfect sync.
So what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, shadowing is basically just mimicking. You listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say almost instantly, like their echo or, well, their shadow. The whole point is to absorb the rhythm, the pronunciation, the natural flow of the language. It helps you get better at both fluency and accuracy at the same time.
Okay, so how do you actually do it? The technique is surprisingly simple, but don't let that fool you because its power is in that simplicity. It really just breaks down into 3 very clear, very easy steps that you can start using like today.
So, it all starts with just listening, really absorbing the sounds and the melody of the speech. Then you immediately repeat it out loud. You're trying to be a perfect mirror of the speaker. And the last step is to connect with your hearing and saying with the written words. See? This isn't passive learning at all. It's active training for your voice.
All right, that's enough theory. The best way to understand shadowing is to actually do it. So, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be your guide. Let's try a few sentences together. You ready? Let's do this.
We're going to start with a super common and polite phrase. You know, something you might say if you have a guest over. This is a great one for practicing a warm, friendly tone.
Okay, so for this first time, don't say anything. Just listen. Pay close attention to my pronunciation and the intonation. Ready? Would you like something to drink? Did you hear how my voice went up a little at the end?
Okay, now it's your turn. I'm going to say it, and you repeat it right after me. Try to match that same upward tone at the end. Here we go. Would you like something to drink? Nice! Let's try another one. Okay, for our next one, we're going to tackle a very common mistake. It's something a lot of learners say without even realizing it's an error. This is a perfect example of how shadowing can help fix those little habits.
All right, same thing. Just listen first. He has curly hair. Notice how I put a little stress on that last word, hair.
So here's the deal. In English, we almost always treat hair as a single thing. It's uncountable. We say hair, not hairs. It's a tricky little rule. But this is exactly where shadowing is amazing. When you repeat the correct phrase over and over, you're not memorizing a rule. You're building a new habit. Your brain just starts to do it automatically. Okay, let's try it together. Repeat after me. He has curly hair. Okay, last practice sentence. This one is all about something that will make you sound way more natural, more like a native speaker. We're going to talk about contractions. This is the secret to speaking faster and smoother. First, just listen to the flow of this sentence. She'll be home in 10 minutes. It's fast, it's smooth. The magic is in that very first word, she'll. So here's the thing. She will is perfectly correct. But in everyday conversation, native speakers almost always say she'll. We just squish the words together. Practicing this helps you get used to that natural speed. So let's try it. Repeat after me. She'll be home in 10 minutes. Great. See how much smoother that feels? So, now that you've actually tried it, let's take a second to talk about why. Why is this super simple technique so incredibly good for building real-world speaking skills? So what's the secret sauce? Well, it's because this is a workout for your mouth and your brain at the exact same time. It builds what we call muscle memory, so the English sounds become easier and more natural for you to make. It tunes your ear to the real music of the language, the rhythm, the intonation. And all of this helps you finally stop translating in your head and just speak automatically. At the end of the day, the thing holding you back probably isn't a lack of words. It's the gap between knowing the words and actually using them. Shadowing is the technique that builds a bridge right over that gap, connecting what's inside your head to the words that actually come out of your mouth. Think about it.
With just a few minutes of this kind of practice every day, you are literally rewiring your brain for fluent speech. So the question isn't just whether you're ready to try it, it's how much are you ready to completely transform the way you speak English.